2 o'clock trough, and then out of that, there's that big move from the bottom of a range to the top of a range, taking us to resistance. It'll probably take us back to like this similar resistance here that we've bumped up against multiple times before and failed to break through. I just expected us to open lower, so this decline and all that's pretty accurate. But with an open higher instead of an open lower, I just don't. Oof, frustrating. I think we're pretty much topping off. But like I said, it's kind of choppy, pretty difficult to trade these next couple of days. Definitely on pace for a highest high here towards the end of the month. All right, so definitely on pace for a highest high here. Just a much higher open. I was expecting an open down here, which is really frustrating. On the 20th, wealth around the 20th. A U-shaped dip near the low, and then near overbought territory that we sell off from. We're in near overbought territory right now. So what I was looking at is the 1 year, the 2023 1 year, the July cluster, which gives me some kind of like broader trend kind of ideas of what's going on a greater, like on a 1 year chart. And we have this highest high here, which we definitely have fulfilled. Decline early in the month, U-shaped dip around the low, and then a rally into the end of the month. Correlations to both the victory card and the sun card here in the end of the month, so pretty big move to the upside here into August, where we probably see this highest high correlation probably ends up being like this high both in July, but moving into August it ends up being higher, possibly either the same or higher, because this rally kind of forms the high for July but keeps going into August, if that makes sense. Hey B, hey Trading Altitudes. Yeah, glad you got stopped out though. rather than taking a bigger loss, I'm just frustrated about this. Like, I've been wrong quite a few times recently on these like gaps over the overnight gaps. It's really frustrating me. I need to figure out some metaphysical solution here to fix that. Hey, Billy Scott, welcome. The biggest upside is the Aeon card, which is right here. Although you don't really see a big move off of so much off of the low. I guess you kind of do. I guess you really do. Yeah, there's a big move off of the low here, but somehow is nullified. That's what I'm trying to read into. We push the upper end of a range higher usually when you see the Aeon card. The biggest decline card is the Universe card. But when you're reading these cards, you also have to take into consideration the scale of the reading and like have the magnitude of these moves correspond to the scale of the chart that's equal to the scale of the reading. So by that I mean, like, if I'm looking at a 1 month reading like this and I see the adjustment card, which is another big move higher, like, I'm going to think of that in terms of a big move higher on a 1 month kind of chart because it's a 1 month kind of scale reading, right? Whereas if I'm looking at it on a 1 day chart, a big move higher is going to be on the scale of a 1 day chart, if that makes sense. Hey, AV. Hey, Carolyn. TIGR. So will TIGR see a comeback this year? Yes or no? I got a definitive no. Was the Universe card very bearish for TIGR? So TIGR, or Up FinTech Holdings, it's not going to see a comeback this year as foretold by the Universe card, which is continued downward decline. Hello, E-Trade. It's doing that slow thing again. Great. Whoa. What is going on here? That was a weird kind of glitch. Pretty bullish indications, especially if this white moving 100-day moving average goes through the 200-day to the upside. It's pretty bullish. Let's open up the 1 year chart and see where we're at. Which was created on September 3rd, 2022 at 1:52 p.m. This is the 2023 1 year reading. Woof. Big move there. So there's unicursal here in July, which means that this is an opportunity to open up a short here. This is a fake out to the upside, and we should see a significant sell-off in the end of July through multiple supports. Then crisscross back and forth through the same price level in early August with another rally up. But this is kind of a fake out. I don't foresee us going much higher here. There is a higher high at the end of the year, but there's also lowest low correlations on the way there. And I think they probably end up being prominent troughs rather than lowest lows. But we had a highest high here on the cusp of February, January, highest high here on the cusp of February, January, opportunity to short there in early February. That held pretty true. Then we have another highest high here in March. You can see another highest high. That's so when you're going through it in real time, this became a highest high. This technically is the same highest high. So that's why it leads us that way. Why we don't see one here is probably because this is some sort of fake out and we turn around and decline pretty notably before another move to the upside. It gets kind of back and forth here in August, September. So where would you short? Where's the best day to short? Let's see if I can pull it out this way. So what? It's the 19th, 20th, 21st. '24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, and the 31st. So it looks like we push the upper end of a range higher tomorrow, and then we probably do some sideways rotation through Friday and over the weekend. Um, Monday might be a good day to do it. Tomorrow might be a good day to do it. Monday might be a good day to do it, and this coming Wednesday possibly. We have a notable decline towards the second half of next week. Pen. Actually, let me do that on the other chart. Are you looking for like a trade, like an exit this month, or you're looking for an overall exit, Carolyn, for Penn? The tower card is a notable decline, yes, but it's usually off of a peak or crest. So be the way that you want to read the tower card is look at the cards in front of it. If there's like a lot of bullish cards, like if it's preceded by a rally into the tower card, it's probably just straight decline. But if there's like not a rally card in front of it, then the tower card might have a bit of a decline in the early part of its energy, followed by a sharp decline off of a peak. It's not going to be a crest with the tower card, it's a peak with the tower card. Overall. So when should you take profits in Penn? PENN. When's the best time to do that? Strife. Between July 22nd and August 1st. So here towards the end of the month. Thinking about shorting Tesla. Let's take a look. All right, well, there's a unicursal energy at the high in July, which means that we most likely have a sharp decline. The unicursal has correlations to several places on the chart, and it's unlikely that it's going to be a decline, a sharp decline at every one of those locations, but there's a much higher probability of a sharp decline off of the high here. It'll be at like the upper end of a range, and it looks like here we are at the upper end of a range. But we have a higher high, it looks like, towards. There's probably a really sharp drop there in early September. I haven't done the Tesla September reading yet. It's on. It's one of the ones that's up next for me to do. But there's probably a really sharp drop here from the end of August into September. So like on a multi-day kind of scale, you could probably short Tesla here. I mean, does it make sense to do that? Because they call it short for a reason. So do you really want to be in a short position for a few months? I mean, it depends on your risk tolerance, but there's definitely a sharp drop here. It might be from a higher price level in August, though, than where we are now. It's possible that there's a higher price level in August and then a really sharp drop into September. Or it could just be straight decline from here into September. I think we probably see another crest and a really sharp drop. Uh, I'd say it's kind of risky here from the standpoint of a 1 year. From the standpoint of a 1 month, hmm, I would. Hmm. It might be that the low is here on the 21st and not the 24th. It's possible. It could be on the 24th. It could be on the 21st. So I don't know if it makes sense to short here. Because tomorrow there's a decline offers opportunity to open up a long position. So probably early in the day there's an opportunity. And this very well could be that could be a low there. Let me see what the 1 month looks like. Unicursal off of this peak on the fifth, on the third fifth, right? Unicursal, and then we decline from there pretty notably into the 10th. It's going to be a notable trough there, but um I think it's a little risky. I wouldn't do it, Carolyn. Not in this case. Hey, Tabraze, you're thinking about shorting SPY in anticipation of a September October low. Well, it goes back to what I was saying. Like, does it really make sense to? It might make sense to do that. It depends on your risk tolerance, but from the standpoint of like probability, like the average technical trader would tell you holding a short position for a long period of time is a no-no. That's why it's called short. But technically, yeah, here this rally out of July into August marks the opportunity to open up a short position, and it does look like there's a pretty good opportunity there into a decline in on the cusp of September, or maybe the low of October, where we see a lowest low, probably the low October low, probably on the cusp. But the thing is, it's like September's kind of mixed. I just did the reading for September. You'd probably get away with a pretty solid short position there, but it's, you got to be mindful it's mixed throughout that time period. So even if you're right into it, are things going to go your way in over that long a period of time? Are things going to go your way so much the entire time that you don't end up selling at a loss at one point? Like that, you have to take those things into consideration because you could still be right, but there could be like insane volatility or price swings on the way to being right that would lead you to believe you were wrong and scare you out at the wrong time. I mean, that's why people lose money and they could still be right. It's no different with a tarot trade. You got to be mindful of your risk tolerance. Hey, Robert. Can I ask through the cards if coin will still rally before the drop? I have Astro info that is has to go to 150 first. I'd be interested to know how the Astro info pulled the price range. I'd be interested to know that. How did they get 150 from astrological info? And I'll open up coin again. Did I do coin for 2024 yet? I need to add that to the list. It's already on the list. Okay. I'm gonna grab my dog real quick, guys. He's such a good boy, Everybody loves you. All right, let's take a look at this from a year-to-date standpoint. It looks like it's near the cusp of July, August that we turn around, and there's a pretty notable move to the downside on the cusp there. So I'd be really mindful if you've got some pretty good profits. Do we go to 150? Does coin go to 150 before a notable decline? I got the Princess of Swords. It's pretty mixed. Does coin go to 150? I get the same thing. It's mixed on the way there. Does coin go much higher from here before a notable decline? Yes, it goes higher from here. Do I think you should short from the first week of August and keep it until September for SPY swing short? Um, I think we probably break out through this range here, guys. This 463. Do we break through 463? In August? I got a yes. So I would say you want to wait until like we've not too far away from doing that, break through that price range there, which is roughly 462, 463, 460, 458 around that price level. Let's mark it off. Almost there, actually. I would probably use that price range as a place to open up a short if I was looking to do so. But again, it's going to be a little mixed in here, and it might not be the first week of August at the peak. The rally could continue all the way into the end of August. I have to look at the August reading to really jog my memory here. Let me see. Looks like the second week. No, it looks like the first or the second week is where the high is. Yeah, so you might consider doing that. There's probably another opportunity to short at the end of the month on the 28th, because we got like this sideways rotation, and then that sideways rotation should end with the fast sudden move higher. It probably takes place somewhere over here around the 28th. Oh, sorry guys. So there's a high here or a high here around the 2nd or around the 9th. Sideways rotation around the lows, and then probably another opportunity to short at the end of the month. But yeah, you could probably short on the 2nd of August. Is Apple stock going to sell off on earnings on August 3rd after hours? Yes or no? Is Apple stock going to sell off on earnings after hours? Where's the question? Is Apple stock going to sell off on earnings on August 3rd after hours? Yes or no? I got a no for that. Let me double check, actually. I want to make sure the Hierophant card's a little interesting. It's a maybe. Interesting. That probably means it's kind of mixed. It probably goes higher and then sells off. Does it go higher and then sell off? Because the Hierophant, in a lot of cases, is a pop and drop. It's a pop and drop for Apple on August 3rd after hours. General trend direction for shop for the remainder of the week is multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance and the overall trend direction for Google throughout the remainder of the week. Sideways rotation. Matter of fact, it looks like a move higher that offers opportunity to open up a short position and take profits. And matter of fact, Google's topping off in August. I have a short coming out that says Google's topping off in August. Should you fire your broker? I got a no for that. Should you get out of the market in August? I got a yes for that. Should you put your money in T-bills? I got a yes for that. And Swiftly and money market account. I got a no for money market account. Would SPC hit $8 in August? I think there's a strong probability of that, but let's take a look and see. Alright, so we got that sideways rotation. Oops. Important price level tomorrow. Looks like we probably have an important trough tomorrow. Again, maybe the same trough that we saw here on the 17th. But I'm not so sure about this low here. It could be a highest high for the month, actually. Because let's see, was I off here? I had it on the 11th, 12th. Pretty close. I wasn't far off, but that might mean that that there's a highest high here. I might have been off on that. In any case, there's a fast sudden move higher in August to the upside. We see that especially towards the end of the month of August and then into September, a big move higher. So that's really where it starts to move. Will we see $8? Will SPCE reach $8 in August 2023? I got that peace card. Yes or no? giving me mixed answers. Hard to say, but it's moving. It's moving. Do we see $8 in SPC by September? Oof, I got a unicursal for that. It's like, it doesn't want to give me a clear answer right now, but in any case, we definitely see a pretty big move to the upside August, September. Would we see 410 for SPY in September? Do we see 410 on SPY in September, October of 2023? I got a yes for that. That seems possible. That seems pretty possible. Does coin go to 150 in July? I got a yes. Do we see 470 on SPY with this breakout here in August? Is it August? Rally from July into August. Does SPY reach 470 by August 2023? Yes or no? I got a yes twice in a row. Looks like we have, hey Conrad, looks like we have the science card in the pre-market for tomorrow on the 20th. Does that have anything to do with the science card on the 1 month scale? Science card here. Science card on the 1 month scale. Do we have the science card here? Oh. Hard to say. Because it's so far back. I'm not sure which one you're talking about, but I'm gonna delete some of these lines just to get them out of the way. There's too many of them, and I'm doing it on the wrong chart. Where's the right chart? There we go. Will QQQ drop 15 to 20% from the high during the September-October dip? Will QQQ drop 15% during the September-October 2023 dip? I got a yes for that. Will Well, QQQ dropped 20% from the high during the September-October dip of 2023. I got a yes for that as well. No touchdowns in Browns Stadium. All right, so let's take a look real quick. Right, so we came back to that same resistance here at the end of day that we saw and fell from many times before, and we did a pretty notable drop off of that. So, like I said, we either open lower or we open higher, and there's a sharp drop at first thing in the morning. Like off of an important technical price level into the open, and then there's this big move off of a reversal, like a big move to the downside and a big move to the upside, and then probably a big move to the downside and another big move to the upside. It's pretty wild there, but these moves to the upside out of declines are going to be from the bottom of a range to the top of a range, and you can see we see the crest, we see a high correlation twice here. So I'd like to see a decline overnight tomorrow, or a gap down, or a decline first thing in the pre-market. Pretty steep decline there. Move to a high, then pretty mixed throughout the day. Looks like we probably have a high at the like the. It's possible there's a high here around 1 to 2, and then we decline pretty notably off of that into a low at the end of the day. But this could be that drop here towards the end of the day. This could be a significant move to the downside. The only thing is, right at the close, there's probably like a pop and drop or something. In the that circumstance right there, the horse is indicating a sharp move to the downside, probably right before the open. But the horse figurine changes depending on circumstances. It has different meanings. So I would be looking to close a short. If I opened up a short and I didn't get stopped out, I'd say I'd look to close that short tomorrow morning. You could probably play both sides of the market with the amount of back and forth going on here first thing in the morning. I would say in the midst of a sharp drop, if you can open up a short position, or excuse me, a long position in the midst of a sharp drop, you could probably sell that long position when we break through a resistance level, and we stay above it briefly, and then we break back down through that same price level shortly thereafter, somewhere around the 1 to 2 o'clock hour, maybe a little sooner, maybe noontime actually. You could probably also, in the midst of a big move out of a low to a high, or probably in that direction. Well, at a high here, you could possibly open up a short position and then close that short position towards the end of the day. But that looks a little bit more risky than taking the long side of the play. Yeah, see, here's like a pop, this could be a pop and drop coming up over here. Well, maybe we probably hit the lower end of RSI first. With that said, guys, I'm gonna roll. Thank you so much for watching. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. Especially, guys, if you're asking very specific questions about entry and exits, you should be following the rule of karma, my friends. With that said, you do so here on the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, where we expect that people who are profiting from this information are donating 5% of the profits forward to one of these charities. All you got to do is click here and donate 5%, and then 5% of the profits back to the channel to help support the channel. Guys, we do need support. Like, I don't trade. This is my full-time job. Need to make sure that we get the support we need. So we definitely need support, guys. And you do so here at one of these links. That leaves you at 90% of the money, well higher than anything that a professional stockbroker or an analyst would leave you with, and their accuracy wouldn't be anywhere near as close or as detailed as what you find here. So you think about that and make sure to follow the rule of karma. That'll leave you with the 90%. Make sure to spend that money out of love. That'll keep your conscience clear. And allow you to manifest more and continued wealth through this channel. The universe will send it back to you tenfold through this channel for following those rules, my friends. So